used to be able to check someone out like, come on, man, you've gained so much weight. Go work out. Like, you've if you say that to someone right now, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
They're gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Someone who has like body odor, you can't even tell them no more that they have that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be enemies. If like someone did something wrong to you, you can't even correct them like without it being a problem. Why is it like that?
I got 99.9 problems. This is where we sit down and talk about 99.9 problems. And we ain't scared to talk about them. We got 99.9. Yeah, 99.9. Yeah. 99.9. Yeah. 99.9. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back again to another episode of the 99.9 Problems podcast. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe. And to everyone who's subscribed and watching us, following us, thank you guys so much for keeping up with us. We so happy for your engagement and your support to this community right here. Please hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
And as you guys already know, always here with my beautiful, delectable, drop dead gorgeous, by the special grace of God, wife material.
Amen. Yes, we're in preparation. Okay.
Let's go. All right. So, are you actually tired of like the traditional roadmap of relationships? And do you ever feel like like the societal pressure to like couple up don't quite fit your reality, right? And just know you're not alone. There's a drastic rise in solo living, right? And it's actually impacting relationships. Edina, why do you think that is?
What do you mean it's impacting? In a good way, in a positive or a negative way?
Well, drastically negatively, because as far as when we say solo living, right, it means many people are actually living alone by themselves. They've actually cultivated a habit of not needing help from anyone as far as finances is concerned. Help in one thing or the other. Most people are living by themselves in either houses or apartments. Most people have been single for so long and independent, like they don't find the importance or the need to be in either a relationship or have companionship with someone, which is actually impacting relationships negatively in the sense that people no longer feel the need to be with someone. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I feel like isolation is a part of it. I feel like the more you are by yourself, the less you want to be next to people, especially if you're growing as an individual, And also, like, if you've been betrayed before and you want to be by yourself, I feel like it's up to, like, your mindset. Like, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself getting married? But usually when you live by yourself, like, you will want to spend more time with yourself than... I don't know. I really don't know because I believe in marriage. I believe in partnership. I believe even like as a young individual, you should not be getting your own apartment by yourself. I believe in, like waiting, like having friends that you can stay with, like you guys can be roommates. That's saving up money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nowadays everybody want to have the aesthetics.
Well, yeah, that's right. As long as you get to 18 or whatever. Like,
you want to live by yourself.
All of that stuff.
And that is where America is failing a lot of our youth.
And where like you see, young people nowadays, like most of the YNs, when they get to like 17, 18, they feel
You said the YNs?
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
Well, young people, in general,
No, I get it.
Yeah, they actually like want to like feel the need to like live by themselves, be independent, and go do crazy shit. But all of that, it impacts a lot in the sense that like for example, if like you made mention, right, if you've been alone for a long time, being with someone is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not a problem.
Not a problem per se, but sometimes you're gonna feel like you don't need someone. It's gonna be harder for people to like form like the connections, like the meaningful bonds. You know what I mean? More often than not, it affects people's ability to like form connections, like emotional attachment to people, right? Which I feel like it's affecting relationships negatively.
It is, because I was reading this, I think it was a podcast, like a lady was talking about how a healed version of yourself requires someone, someone that is healed too. And a lot of these people, these individuals, they're not healed because they're not really, they don't know how to sit with their emotions. They don't know how to sit in the hurt and the pain. So for me, I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people want to be solo now, because it's like, if I'm healed and I've worked on myself, then I want someone that's healed and has worked, someone that worked on themselves as well. That's why I can, you can't just be with anybody.
But the thing is, if you don't give people a chance, right? If you don't put yourself in like the situation where you don't give someone the chance to see that this person is healed, you guys can form a good connection with. For example, right? There's people who live alone and they really don't go out. The only place they go in the United States in general, like to be serious, there's people who just go to work. Go buy groceries, go to church, and they don't go anywhere else. They like, the world is so crafted right now that people are living seriously individualized life,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
the impact is really negative. When you meet people in person, right? Okay,
Yeah.
have you ever done this before, right? Have you ever talked with someone on the phone or on social media, and then when you guys meet in person, you feel like
Awkward.
You don't know that
quiet.
person, like the vibe is not there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it
Yeah.
is right now, and it's scary. You have a conversation with someone on social media, and the conversation is great, but when you meet in person, the vibe is not there at all. Like you guys feel like strangers. That is very scary, because very soon everyone will live in a social media life, which is gonna be
And AI is taking over.
That's gonna be drastically hell, because human interaction is really dropping. There's gonna be less value in that very soon if people don't change.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's all about your mindset and how you see your life going, but I do get it. I feel like what you're talking about is social anxiety, because if you don't spend time with people, you will not know how to treat people. So when you meet them, it's like you have that social anxiety and you overthink as human, Like, what should I say to this person? What do they like? But that's when you have those conversations with those people. I feel like fear is ruling this world. Like, because why would I be afraid to have a conversation with you? But that's what solo living is, And that's that's the disadvantage about being alone. So, like, because us as human, humility is a thing that, it's a thing that bring us together, humanity and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you've been by yourself for a long time, you're dehumanizing yourself in a sense, because you won't know how to talk to individual. You won't know how to, different personality. You might because you're not in this life. We're all together, like we're one body, one soul, everything. So you need to interact with people. You need to go outside. Yeah.
And you're actually right, because this solo living thing, it makes a lot of people to have a lot of low self-esteem.
Low.
You meet people like they can't even have a conversation. They can't even they're not even confident in themselves. They can't even have difficult conversations. They can't accept criticism. You know what I mean? Before, you used to be able to check someone out. Like, come on, man, you've gained so much weight. Go work out. Like, if you say that to someone right now, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
They're gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Someone who has like body odor, you can't even tell them no more that they have that. You're gonna be enemies. If like someone did something wrong to you, you can't even correct them without it being a problem. Why is it like that? Because the mind and the life we live, it's so individualized. Like people no longer feel the need to have friendships, companionships, or a power unit, which is not always one person. It's a group of people coming together, unite for the greater good, making meaningful connections, making connections that can help you. Not just having fun, but people who can add value to your life. That's missing a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's missing.
It is.
I mean,
It is missing.
I actually like myself anyway, because if I see shit that's going wrong that you do, I'm gonna check you out on it. And
you're honest. A lot of people are not honest.
People are not honest. And the thing is, people don't like the truth. That's why when they tend to be reserved and be by themselves or not trying to engage or have some kind of difficult conversation because they don't like the truth. You tell someone the truth, it becomes a problem.
And that's the reason why people, isolate themselves, because they don't know how to have conversations with other people. You know what I mean? You don't know, like, that criticism, people hate that because they're not, they're not themselves, or like, I don't know what it is, but when it comes to me, like, I'd rather you tell me the truth about myself. Because, like, I'm learning about myself, and it's nice to have another person, another point of view about me. Because I might think I'm such an amazing person, but my character, my attitude towards someone else might be different. So
Okay. So so I've seen like situations, not seen from other people's experiences, like and conversations with people. I've heard this from most ladies, right? They've lived alone. They've been so single for a long time that it impacts them to have like these connections with people, like we mentioned earlier. They often self-sabotage something nice which they got going on. Have you ever had that situation or done that before?
Yeah, I've let fear ruin a lot of relationships, honestly. And I've been in an isolation period too. And then I come back where, like, I've learned so much about myself that I can tolerate other people's personality and energy. But I've also learned that, like, it's okay to be around those people. It's okay to still have conversations with those people. But it is easy for you to want to be by yourself alone. Like, that's something that you remember what I was saying earlier? If you're a healed individual, you want to align yourself with someone that's healed too.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's the only way you can elevate yourself. A lot of folks, a lot of men, they don't really want to, they don't want to align themselves to the higher selves.
Yeah.
So me as a woman, I go home, I healed, and then I want to be outside dating again. No, I feel like my spirits will want to align with someone else, someone that is top notch, because I've worked on myself.
Okay. So do you think that doing that, right? Or okay, do you think doing that like contributes to you like missing out on good men? Like sabotage
I
situations
think
because you
energy never lies.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like if I've put in the work, my energy will gravitate towards someone that I've also put in the work.
Okay.
So I don't think energy.
Yeah, true. But okay, there are times that people go solo for so many different reasons. It could be they're going through a hard time in life. They lost a job, or things are not working out for them. They have family issues, financial issues.
Yeah.
And then they go solo, right? Going solo for a long extended period of time, we're talking years here, is impactful in a negative way. I'm talking about like the part where, for example, you mentioned that you went through a breakup or something like that, and then you're going through like a solo moment. That time during that period you're trying to work on yourself, right? Do you think that that period of you working on yourself, it's in your hands to like work on yourself and become a better person, to like avoid sabotaging things? Because you could meet someone when they are going through a tough moment, when they don't actually match your energy in that way. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have bad energy. It could mean that they could be going through a tough patch which they need to go get by. But you sabotage that, thinking the energy is bad.
That might be possible. Honestly, I feel like I've missed out on great guys because I overthink a lot, and that is why, like, after living by yourself, or if you're working on yourself and stuff, like, it's cool to still date, because you don't want to lose yourself in a sense, because isolation, sometimes people can lose themselves. People can because at the end of the day you're working on yourself, but you have to also know how to treat other people outside.
That's right.
So giving them grace, I think that's where the part comes, when you give people grace, like, okay, like, and also intentionality, because I've come to understand that a man can be here and I can be here, but if we work together, we can both, arrive somewhere. So that's where intentionality, having the conversation into knowing that, what do you want? What are you looking for? Am I the person that you want to start building with? You know what I mean? Like, intentionality, have conversations like that. But us women, we fear conversations like that if a man doesn't start conversation like that.
Well, more often than not, like you could actually start the conversation as well.
Yeah,
You know,
but most
it doesn't have to
women
be on
want
one side.
men to initiate those
yeah,
conversation
yeah,
in
that's right.
reality.
That's right.
But if you're healed and you're grown enough and you know what you want, for me, I would rather have those questions. Like I would rather like be the one answering those questions, because at the end of the day, like I am a woman. Okay, I'm a woman, and a man's gonna want what he wants. But I need to know if I'm the person that you want to build with. Because if I'm not the person that you want to build with, then what's the point of us, interacting?
Anyway,
And there's nothing wrong with fun too.
Yeah.
We can,
Yeah.
if that's something you want to do, go ahead and do it.
Okay. So I don't know how to ask this, but I want to put it this way, right? So, do you think that solo living or like living alone for a long time, right? Or being with someone? Oh, okay. Let me put it this way. What's the difference between the thing? Okay, because we've established that solo living could be dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Does it mean that if you're living solo, you are lonely at the same time?
Yes. Isolation is loneliness.
No. Okay.
Being at one with yourself.
Okay, remember, the solo living part we're talking about is the fact that people are living individualized lives. Either living by themselves or self-centered, everything like they're living. For example, you're living in your apartment. You're living in your house all alone. Like you're doing everything by yourself. You don't need help from anyone else. Does it mean you're lonely? Or could it necessarily mean you're lonely?
Could it mean that you're lonely, or doesn't that... Wait, what?
Does it necessarily mean that you're living solo, right? Does it necessarily mean that you're lonely?
No.
Because you can still live by yourself in your apartment,
Yeah, and
but you're
still...
not lonely.
Yeah.
You see, find that comfort in your space.
Some people like being alone, to be honest. Some people operate alone. Like, they love the fact that they can grow alone. They can, build, they can build alone and stuff. I feel like most men like building alone. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're solo, because they can still mess around.
I don't think most men like building alone. I don't think so. Look, men don't like building alone.
Okay.
First of all, in life, right? If you want to go far, you don't build alone. You go with someone.
With someone.
You go with a group.
Yeah.
You cannot achieve something
By yourself.
By yourself. That's the fact. There's no millionaire or billionaire out here who established whatever they have, whatever organization they have by themselves.
That's true.
They did it
Partnership.
So many people think that, okay, they don't need people, they don't need someone in whatever they're doing, whatever a business or whatever thing you focus on in life. You think you can achieve it being solo. I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so either. I don't think it's possible.
Look, even God himself blesses people through people.
Through people, yeah.
So people who live solo I don't have a problem with them, but if you're living alone, you're living solo, you don't need anyone and you're happy, kudos to you.
I feel like living solo is a stage in life. It's not a forever thing. Yeah, no. I feel like someone can be solo for a year or 2 or 3, and then they're ready to, meet somebody. They're ready for that business, So it's like I said, it's all about your mindset. Because it's like, if you want to become something higher, you're going to have to be by yourself for a short period of time.
Yeah.
So I feel like solo living is not a forever thing, but sometimes people do want to be alone, which is a negative thing, because isolation should not be a forever thing. Like, you should not isolate yourself forever.
So you made mention of something earlier, right? Which I actually want us to get into. You made mention of the fact that people either went through a betrayal or heartbreak or something.
Yeah.
A betrayal may not necessarily mean if it's from a relationship. Many people think that
family.
If you're heartbroken or you're betrayed, it must be from family. No. And it must be from a relationship. No. Like, there's family could betray you. Closest friends could betray you, So co-workers, exactly.
Managers.
Exactly. So they go behind your
pastors
and say crazy shit. So now, if such things happen to you, right? Many people decide to just shut themselves up and go solo. Do you think that's the right thing to do?
That is not the right thing to do. It just means that you're dwelling in your hurt and you're becoming someone dangerous. I feel like you know, because hurt people. If you've been
Yeah,
hurt before,
yeah,
you're gonna
that's right,
you
that's
sit in
right.
that house thinking, yeah, the next time you know, I'm gonna I'm gonna put myself first. No, for
Yeah, that's
real.
right. Crazy.
So, like I said, it's all about your mindset.
Yeah,
Because if you just
yeah,
okay, I'm
mindset.
gonna be alone and figure, this person hurt me, so it's okay. Give it to God. You're hurt. Give that hurt to God. Still come outside. Come outside. Your life is still here. Okay.
I mean, so I believe everything boils down to conversation. Because there's actually people who.
I mean, it's hard to have a conversation
Yeah.
with someone that have hurt you.
It's tough, but of
Yeah.
course, going solo or like cutting yourself out of the world or people or away from your family too, because the people who do that, it's not going to solve anything. You're going to live in isolation because
I mean, what if the family is a problem?
I mean, well,
You
yeah.
love them from a distance.
Yeah, I mean, if they're a problem, you love them from a distance. I mean, but okay, the solo we're talking about, okay, doesn't mean that you don't communicate with them at all.
Loving people from a distance.
Yeah.
Or you check up on them.
Okay. But,
Yeah, like-
but you just don't let them in your space, huh?
I feel like sometimes that people can hurt somebody so bad that they don't want you around.
Yeah.
Because that hurt
They don't
was
want you
too
around.
personal,
Yeah,
you know?
they don't-
And that's okay. But I feel like if you have forgiven someone, it's nice to have bit conversations, you know?
Look, there are actually times that people think you've gone solo. But here's the thing, right? If you do something wrong to me, I'm gonna weigh you in two categories. Are you a close person or we just
A distance.
or you're just an acquaintance?
An acquaintance.
Are you close to me or like are you family? Are you what are you? I'm gonna like look at this. Okay, if you're a close person where okay we have a business together or we're gonna meet, we're gonna be seeing a lot, we're close friends, all of that stuff, I can decide, okay, I'm gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna approach you. I'm not just gonna go solo and cut you out. No. I'm gonna have a conversation with you.
I mean,
We're gonna talk-
nowadays-
I'm gonna to reach out and talk. If you wanna hate me or cut me off, that's cool. But I'm gonna lay out my mind.
You see?
But of course, if you're just an acquaintance or someone who I don't really value that
So
much,
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't bother having that. I wouldn't bother like wasting words with you.
So
I
it
just-
depends on like the closeness of
exactly.
that. Okay.
I just keep you solo away from me.
Okay.
That's me.
That's you. So that means you won't ever have a conversation with that person.
Well, we can meet somewhere, say hi, hello.
But okay, what if that
Coincidentally,
person is grown enough to want to have the conversation with you? Would you have it?
Of course, then we have the
And
conversation.
then if you guys are cool again, like you guys, okay.
And that's what makes friendship last long.
Yes,
Because guess
yeah.
what? That's what makes friendship last long. Because there's many people who have cut others off or gone solo because they didn't have the conversation. Remember, everything is communication.
Yes.
And a lot of things or a lot of problems in this world with you, me, or other people out there, it will have been solved so perfectly with a conversation.
Yeah.
People are not ready for it.
The thing,
Do you know
from
that-
that conversation,
Yeah.
wait, from the conversation we just had, you know what? Sometimes when because you view things different as like I do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because we're both different individuals.
of course.
So a hurt cannot mean anything to you, but it might mean something to me.
Of course, that's right.
Because we're both different.
Yep.
We have different
Yeah.
backgrounds and stuff. And that is
Yeah.
why the open communication come where we're like,
Yeah, it
okay,
matters,
you
yeah.
hurt me bad and I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
And you might not even see it in that way
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
But at least we had the conversation, and if you're grown enough you can tell me like, oh, I don't really see it like that, but I
So,
apologize.
and that's where actually maturity comes in, right? And guess what? It's not about age. Maturity is not about age. It's about experience, right? Now, what you just said right now, you have to understand the concept of different perspective, right? We were raised differently. People were raised differently. The way something hurts you is not going to be the same way it hurts me. Now, when we are having the conversation, what am I doing? I'm trying to understand your perspective.
you're coming from,
I'm understanding
yeah.
where you're coming from, right? And then you yourself, you understand that, hey, this is how I am. This is how I viewed it. Because there's something which I always stand by. I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how you decide to feel about it.
Your reaction, yo.
Yeah. Your reaction is your prerogative. You understand? So that's why I always say, okay, now when you table it for a conversation, both sides are supposed to be willing to accept the fact that okay, someone messed up. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's resolve it. Let it not lead to spoiling something nice, a friendship which could have been very valuable in the future, and going solo away from each other. That's not helping anything. That's why a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of great things which could have been shut down in this life so badly because people refuse to have that meaningful conversation, that dialogue, that understanding to be like, okay, hey, this is where I failed. I mean, many people go sorry because others don't apologize. Do you know the word sorry is very difficult to say?
It is. Yeah. Because there's pride in all of us.
So there's actually, because I was listening to this pastor sometime, and he said that the most difficult things to say, two of them, I think he mentioned a lot of them, but two of them are I love you and I am sorry.
Yeah. And the way there's a
You know that,
what?
right?
Yeah.
So look, trust me, I'm sorry is so difficult to say.
It is.
And a lot of people don't say it.
It's difficult to say because
look,
you're prideful.
yeah, the pride.
That's
Yeah,
it.
the
And
pride, yeah.
even you, the capability for you to say I love you too might come from your pride too, because it's like some people don't like seeing someone happy.
Yep.
Because when you say I love you to someone, you know what that does to that other person.
Yeah,
it's an action that you're making.
And it's healing too. You know?
Yes, it's very healing to love.
Yeah, it's so
Yes.
because actually people feel like okay, they're cared for, they're loved. You know what I mean? And the most difficult one is I'm sorry. It's very difficult because
Accountability,
man.
your
Yeah,
ego,
yeah,
your
yeah,
pride, it
everything.
all like,
everything falls into place.
It does.
And it's tough.
It is.
So-
It's tough. You have issues with saying I'm sorry.
No. I didn't say I'm saying that it's tough in the sense
But
that.
have you been in a situation where it was hard for you to say I'm sorry?
Okay, before I answer that, right, this is what I meant. I meant it's tough in the sense that, like, generally people, it's tough for them to say sorry. Of course, I've been in that situation before.
Okay.
I mean, there was a time where, no one could tell me nothing. There was a time. And that was a phase where I feel like most men or most people pass through. Like, you feel like you've arrived, which you haven't.
Yeah.
It was back in the puberty level, you couldn't tell me shit. But now,
Exactly.
but growing.
So you
and
said
growing-
something
yeah.
about wisdom doesn't come with maturity, or it
with
doesn't come with
experience. No,
yeah, but
it doesn't come with
experience.
age. It doesn't come
Experience
with
comes
age.
with age, though.
Well-
Somehow wisdom does come with age.
No.
You don't think so?
No. So this is the thing. Wisdom is different from experience. Wisdom is different from experience.
But in every
So-
experience, you're building wisdom
Yes,
within that.
no. Yes, you are building wisdom to like know how to like maneuver that prerogative in case you encounter it again. But this is what I mean, right? What I mean is wisdom, right, comes with age in the sense that okay, if I meet someone who's above 50, above 60, above 70, they have wisdom in one way or the other. There's a lot we can learn from them. You know why? Because they've lived that long. You can catch something from them. The experience that I'm talking about, which doesn't come with age, is the fact that you've experienced something and you've learned from that thing. Now you have a lot of answers to it. You have a lot
Knowledge.
of ways to maneuver that experience that gives you knowledge about something, and someone else can learn from you. Even an elderly person or
Can
an
learn
elderly
from
person
you.
can learn from you.
Okay, yeah, that's very true.
So wisdom, of course, there's a wisdom that comes with age, and then experience doesn't come with age. Experience or knowledge comes with experience that you've actually gone through some situations, some patches.
Okay.
For example, there's actually people right now who, let me put it this way: when they experience heartbreak before, they just go solo for a long time, or like a year or two, or be like, oh, they're working on themselves, oh, blah blah blah, they're hurt, and then as years go by, especially as ladies, when you hit your 30s, some kind of shit don't hurt you no more like that. Breakups that used to take you a year to move, to get over it, it takes you probably
Because you've learned from your
it
past.
takes you probably 2, 3, 4 months, and then you moved on. So those kind of things you learn as you go. Yeah.
You do learn as you go.
But at the end of the day, I don't advise anyone to live alone because or to live. I mean, living alone again. First of all, in this economy, who's going to be living alone? By the way,
That's what I'm saying.
right? And
That's
secondly,
what I'm
right?
saying.
Secondly, the solo living thing. By the way, there's a lot of people who have unalived themselves or ended their lives because they live alone. They don't have no friends to talk to. no one to like vent to, no one to like have a conversation with about something they're going through, which might be like a burden to them, something like that. And you find people ending their lives. For example, there used to be this celebrity, and she used to be like a fitness trainer, like a lady. I've actually forgotten her name. It was about 2-3 years ago. Maybe you heard about it. She used to be a fitness trainer. She had a relationship. She was looking so happy on social media, posting pictures of workouts, all of that stuff. Turns out,
Oh, she was an Instagram baddie.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe you heard about it.
Yeah, I have.
She jumped on the bridge and killed herself. That's someone who was in a relationship. That's someone who had the social media following. She had a
Influence, yeah.
she had a business.
And people loved her.
People loved her, like all of that stuff. But turns out she wasn't happy about something. You know?
Yeah.
So she had people around, but she felt like she's living a solo life. She's living a lonely life, but she ended up taking her own life. Do you think there's a lot of people living like that right now?
Yeah, because we fear connection now. You men fear connection because
Men or women? Why is it always
no,
about
like
women
no,
that
it's
fear
not. It's not
connection?
women. I'm saying
Everyone fears
man in
connection?
general. Like me and you can in
fine, okay,
general.
okay. Yeah,
like
yeah.
we fear connection for some reason. And another thing is that if you don't love yourself,
Yeah.
no amount of love that you receive around you will radiate. Like
Thank you.
nothing comes here, because
Thank you,
it's
yeah.
all within.
Yep,
So that
that's
is
right.
why I encourage you to solo, like, but still have close friends that you can hit up, like when
Yeah.
because
People you trust, by the
yeah,
way.
people you trust. And another thing is a lot of people don't trust people anymore because of their hurt.
Yeah,
A lot of
there's-
people are just,
I mean, I myself, I don't even trust people a lot anyway. So,
But you have close people at
Yes,
least
of
that
course,
you
of
can
course,
communicate
of
about your
course,
feelings
of
to,
course.
I guess that's why people have therapists now, because you wanna talk to someone about your problems. Sometimes people are not even confident to talking to their problem, saying their problems to their own family.
but this is the problem, right?
I think it's a trust issue.
Yeah, it's a trust issue in the sense that okay.
And also not loving yourself enough. Like
Okay,
that's
so
huge.
this is where I agree with you on a point which you made earlier. You said people could be living solo because of past experiences or something they've experienced before. Now, that lack of trust could be because they got fucked over by something, over someone, and then okay, everyone is paying for that. Because you might have a close friend, I might have a close friend who, if we vent to about something, where are you gonna hear it? Everywhere. Now everyone is gonna know about that shit, So that's why I feel like people are scared to talk to others because they don't want their shit to be out there.
Yeah, it's trust.
They don't
It's
want
all
other
about
people to
trust
know what they're
level.
going through.
Yeah.
And that trust thing, that's where it's tough because you can't just go having a conversation with someone because you don't know what they're gonna do with that
What they're gonna
conversation.
do.
They might take it against you. They might tell your enemy.
But the thing about it is that why should you care anyways? Why should you care? I feel like at some point in life, the more you grow, the more you become careless. The more you become like, there's a book that's like there's a book about that.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. Not careless, but the more you
The more you become more
no, not careless. The more you don't let a lot of shit bother you.
yeah, that is careless.
Yeah.
Like you don't care about what other people's think.
Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I mean?
I mean, of course, and of course, you're not even supposed to care about
Yeah.
what they say anyway. Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's why sometimes you need to be by yourself to understand things, because it's like why should I let what people think about me bother me to the point where it's dwelling in my heart so much, like then that comes with maturity too. Like a little kid would not understand that.
Yeah.
So but the more you grow up, the more you understand that certain things you don't say to people, because you learn about people. You learn about like just having conversation. This me and you right now, we're throwing energy, and the energy is flowing.
Yep.
So sometimes you can tell when the energy is not flowing
That's
because
right. That's right. You definitely
and that's
can tell,
when
yeah.
you discern. You have that discernment into knowing, this person, I can't tell this person about certain things because I know that our energy is not aligning with whatever I have to say. So that's why you have to connect. You have to have connections with different people. There are people that have you know, they have friends to party, they have business partners, and that's how you have to, you know, there's departments in life.
Yep.
Now you need to have someone that a
Yep.
personal friend that you can tell your issues to, and they
Yep.
tell accountability partner.
That's right.
And there are
That's
people
right.
that you don't tell nothing to, but
you
let's
don't.
have fun.
Yep, you don't.
You know,
That's right.
so you just the more you grow, you more you have the understanding into okay, this
Yep.
having discernment about friendships.
That's right. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's some good tea right there. Okay. Now, right, this. Okay, so there's a lot of people who have financial independence. They are actually career focused, and they have like a personalized freedom, self drive. This group of people, they are possibly living solo and focusing on their lives, their careers, their financials, for their business, all of that stuff, and living solo. Do you think it's gonna affect them down do you think it's gonna affect them in the future? Like for like building a connection or finding a partner?
I think it depends. I think now we have social media, we have the internet that we can interact to in a sense for you to understand things.
Yeah.
But I also believe in that there are some stories, like your story is different than my story.
Definitely.
You know, sometimes people need to separate themselves, have that loneliness for like 5 years, 5-10 years, and then they will meet the partner because they have put in the work. So I believe that there's a stage in your life where you have to be solo. There's no way around it, you know, because God made us all different.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find, you know, solidity in you just being alone and figuring things out yourself. Sometimes other people are built different where you need people around you because that's how God has made you to be. So you just have to understand yourself enough to know who you are, to know, you know, there's a stage in life where, okay, this season in my life, I feel like God is calling me to isolate.
So
because,
what if you leave that stage in your life for so long that
and then you go have fun now.
but
Ernest.
but okay, there's people that live that life for so long that they forget that they need someone in their lives to an extent that they feel like they've had that fulfill. I mean, career and money cannot fulfill you anyway. Everyone needs a partner. Everyone needs someone in their life. But there's people who have arrived that stage that they feel like they don't need anyone. Through that building of that career, that financial freedom, that business, they don't have someone
I
they're working
think people be capping.
with. Okay.
I think everyone needs somebody
Exactly,
deep
yeah.
down because we are built like no, you're not supposed to be by yourself. But unless you're Paul in the Bible. You know, sometimes people, your singleness, because you have you need to work on your characteristics. Sometimes you need to, if your characteristics is bad and you're hurting people, I recommend you to isolate, please. Don't be out here hurting just everyone.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I feel like most people that say they're satisfied by themselves and they're lying. Be real. We need realness.
Yeah.
We need authenticity. Like, tell the youth, tell us how you truly feel. Like, you can have all the money, you can have all this stuff. No, you're still not gonna be fulfilled.
That's right.
There's people be capping, people be lying.
Anyway, go ahead and close us.
Close. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean the conversation was so great.
Yeah.
We're running out of time, guys.
But what do you guys think though? Put it in
Yeah.
the comments. Don't
Yeah.
forget to subscribe. Don't
Let us
forget to
know.
like,
Let
you
us
know.
know.
Let us know. Let us know. Because maybe you might be someone that loves being by themselves, you know.
Yeah.
But every man that I've met that I have everything, they be having sides.
Yeah.
I didn't know them going to the clubs,
Yeah.
getting that
Yeah.
side. No.
All right, guys. Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, and comment.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes.
See you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.